86 member countries says we need a global financial activities tax, FAT, effect tax, on all banking and financial institutions. Oh, well, that doesn't affect you. This is what I talked about. I know I specifically lined this out at least a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Here's what's going to happen, I said back then. The cities are going to have so much financial debt, they're going to push it up to the states. The states won't be able to handle it. They'll push it up to the government. The federal government, it'll be such an out-of-control situation, it will be pushed up to the globe. Now we're considering the IMF's recommendation on the global taxation level. It is the opposite that needs to happen. Here we are staring directly into the face of economic collapse, and rather than returning to the principles, faith, hope, charity, self-reliance, accountability, instead of relying on those things that made us the most prosperous country on earth in the history of mankind, we're headed the opposite direction with giant government structure, right into socialism. The opposite direction, taxes and government intervention.
A culture of irresponsibility took root from Wall Street to Washington to Main Street. And a regulatory regime basically crafted in the wake of a 20th century economic crisis, the Great Depression, was overwhelmed by the speed, scope, and sophistication of a 21st century global economy. So today, my administration is proposing a sweeping overhaul of the financial regulatory system, a transformation on a scale not seen since the reforms that followed the Great Depression.
Reforms, believe me, that will lead to reforms that have never been seen at this scale ever in the history of mankind. Taxes and regulation will not lead us out of this crisis. The administration won't even discuss the real causes of the crisis. I mean, why hasn't anybody gone to jail? You know what? We're now, after all these months, we're now making Goldman Sachs the scapegoat. Look, I don't have any admiration. I don't have any love for Goldman Sachs. I don't really care. I think some of them are dirtbags. Some of them are probably good guys. But let's stop with the window dressing. Goldman Sachs is all of a sudden this evil entity. Who, specifically? What did they do? Let's get the bad guys. Let's smoke them out. Everybody is focused on the nearly $1 million Obama received from Goldman Sachs during the campaign, whether he's going to give it back or not. First of all, of course he's not going to give it back. More importantly, who cares? Trillions of dollars are at stake. Trillions. Why is it that Goldman Sachs is the only target here? Why?